us at this address or write us at Inside NASCAR, Post Office Box 240417, Charlotte, North Carolina 28224. If we use your question on the air, you'll receive a one-year subscription to NASCAR Winston Cup Scene, the nation's largest weekly automotive racing newspaper, and a cap and shirt from Chase Authentics, the authentic trackside apparel of NASCAR.
In times of tragedy, we often like to go to those people that we have a great deal of respect for. One of those persons is Humpy Wheeler, the president of the Lowe's Motor Speedway. The other, Max Helton, the chaplain for motor racing outreach. They give us this perspective on Adam Petty's life and death.
It's hanging over all of us, and we just grieve so much for the whole Petty family, particularly Kyle and Patty, because we lost a heck of a race driver, but more than that, a great human being, and I will miss him terribly this week because I go back and think about that great victory he had here almost 2 years to the day in that ARCA race, his first super speedway start, and that was really something because this track is very difficult to drive.
When something like that does happen, Humpy, people like to come to you because you've been around, you show some wisdom. Your thoughts on, can you put that in perspective?
We don't know why these bad things happen to good people. And again, we have to address this, we have to face it front up and head on. And I thought that Montgomery Lee, his sister, brought the testimonial at funerals up 4 notches. She did a wonderful job. She's 14 years old. You're not supposed to be able to do that when you're 14. But she said it very well. She talked about the positive things about his life. And that's what we have to think about now. He's dead. He was 19 years old. He did a lot of positive things. He was a great example to a role model to kids everywhere because he respected and loved his parents. His father was his best friend, and he's gone. And we have to face that.
One of the most important men that we have in this garage area, several guys actually, when you talk about Max Helton, Dale Beaver, they've had a very tough job and a very tough 2 weeks here.
And that's what makes Motor Racing Outreach such a great organization in racing. When things go bad, whether it's a highway accident, something at the track, somebody has a serious illness or even death in the family, they're there. And a great example of what Christianity is supposed to be, and that is helping each other. That's why we're here.
It began, of course, our ministry immediately. We had a chaplain, of course, in Loudon, New Hampshire, and in fact, he was at the hospital, and he was one of the first persons that knew. And so he calls us, and then, of course, we naturally set in motion our network of people. We had a staff member in London, England, that happened to be with Kyle, or rather could minister to Kyle while in London. We also had a chaplain down in Memphis, Tennessee with the truck teams, in which Richard Petty has a truck team there. We dispatched people immediately to their home up in the farm, and so on. So we had a network of people immediately at work. We sent an extra staff member to New Hampshire so he could help work with the community because it's just such a heavy load. So those are things we've done for the racing community over the past few days. Now, we will continue to work with Kyle and Patty as long as we feel and that they feel that there is a need. How long that'll be, I really don't know.
You know, Motor Racing Outreach provides a fine service for all of motorsports, but the important thing to remember, guys, is it's not just for the drivers and the competitors and their families. It's for everyone, for all 3 of us, for a fan in need. Remember that.
Yeah, that has been a real godsend to the sport of auto racing. As you say, it branches out into all forms of motorsports all over the world, so it's a real comfort to have their people there in time of tragedy.
They do just a terrific job. They're always coming up to you to make sure that you're okay and make sure you get to church on Sunday as well. I mean,
yeah, we need that.
There couldn't be anything better than that. We need to take a quick break here on Inside NASCAR once again, but we'll be right back.